Hi everyone. This video we're going to talk about the Powerline solution for our Birdbox cameras. So usually when we start getting a Birdbox camera for our backyard, we would choose between a Wi-Fi Birdbox camera and a PoE Birdbox camera. What's the main difference between these two cameras? Well, the Wi-Fi Birdbox camera transmits data wirelessly, but the PoE Birdbox camera transmits through a wired Ethernet cable. So what are the difference of these two transmission methods? What are their pros and cons? Let's take a look. This is our green backyard Birdbox cameras. This is our PoE wired Birdbox camera. You can see there's an Ethernet port right here, so all we need is one Ethernet cable to provide power and data. This is when we have a PoE feature power sourcing equipment in our network. That would be very convenient, and since it's a wired connection, the connection will be very stable. We won't have to suffer from video laggings, latencies, all that kind of stuff. Then now but you have to know that if we use a wired Birdbox camera, sometimes planting the wires around the house can be a really hard job. Sometimes you have to drill holes through walls. That's kind of messy. So now let's take a look at our Wi-Fi Birdbox camera. The Wi-Fi Birdbox camera transmits data wirelessly, so literally we have more mobility than a PoE wired Birdbox camera. Although, because like how we use our mobile devices and connect to our Wi-Fi, if we leave the room and have too many walls between our device and the router, there will be some interference and we will have bad reception. Then our experience might drop a lot. So these are the pros and cons of these cameras. And now, since a lot of people have been talking about there's the pros and cons, and sometimes it makes it really inconvenient, Green Backyard Birdbox camera has came up with one solution that can solve both the issues and make it a perfect connection, a perfect solution for a Birdbox camera. Now let me introduce you to our PoE PLC-adapter right here. This is a pair of device which will help us solve the connecting issues, the lining issues, and the interference. Every problem we have with these two individual cameras will be solved. So a PoE PLC adapter, what is that? It's a long name. Let's take a look at PoE first. PoE is the technology to transmit both power and data. So with this in our mind, we can know that our new method will be able to provide power and data to our Birdbox camera. So we would use a wired Birdbox camera and make it only one Ethernet cable to power it up. That's really convenient. And then a PLC adapter, we might see it more often. A PLC adapter is a small device like this. We just plug it in our alternating current, and this will receive the signal from our main network, our main router like this one right here, and bounce it off and repeat it from this at the central. So like a new Wi-Fi signal point. This is usually used when we want to kind of extend the wireless signals, the reception further on from our router. So the whole idea is we use this to pick up the wireless signal that comes from our router, that Wi-Fi signal, and this will transmit the Wi-Fi signal, the data, the digital signals as an individual, independent, isolated wireless signal to this power line right here. Now this power line, we usually will set it outside our house, which will make it really easy to connect to our Birdbox cameras because there's just going to be a straight distance between the Birdbox camera and the power line. And since only a few walls, this transmitter will have like very low our power line, and since they're only connecting to each other, we'll have a very good connection. And the power line will connect to the Birdbox camera with an Ethernet cable, which will provide very steady connection. So this is the whole idea of it's like a hybrid method of taking all the advantages of our two Birdbox cameras and trying to eliminate the disadvantages at the same time. Now let's try to connect this thing and I'll show you guys the results. You'll see it is really easy and convenient. So imagine this half side is inside our house. Let's move the cameras away. And now we have this near our router. We use a short patch cord, connect it to our router. So now it will be receiving the wireless signals or the internet networks signals from it. We plug it in. And now our adapter, the transmitter part, will be transmitting internet signals to our power line right here. And then our power line will receive it. It has a receiver built inside. You can see the outdoor casing here is really tight, so it also has plastic glands on the outside, so it's built to be waterproof. So there's a transmitter inside here, and then we will connect. This is our Birdbox camera. We're going to use this one here so you guys can see. I'm going to connect it with one Ethernet cable and one end to our Birdbox camera, the other end. It's kind of deep inside here. Now it is connected, we will make sure everything is in place, and then we will plug our alternating current cable to our alternating current and then turn on the power, and this should be providing power and data to our Birdbox camera. You can see the indicator on the Birdbox camera on. This means there's power and data going to the Birdbox camera. And make sure, since this part is going to be outdoor, we're going to have to make sure the waterproof is perfect, and also on the connector end right here, we have to make sure the waterproof is okay. So after that, you will have a very steady connection, since the power line to the PoE wired Birdbox camera is using an Ethernet cable for transmitting data. And the power line back to the transmitter here has an independent tunnel for transmitting data, so they won't have any other interference. And even though there might be some walls between them, but that interference can kind of ignore it. It's not that much. And then it will use an Ethernet cable to transmit signal back to our router, which will give us the ability to view on our phones. Alright, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them at the section below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.